The title of your book is Big Shoes to Fill, Stepping into a Leadership Role Without Stepping in It. And the book doesn't come out till January 16th. We're recording this in December. So I'm going to throw a slide up on the screen right now showing everybody what that book looks like and where they can get it. So yeah, the subtitle, Stepping into a Leadership Role Without Stepping in It. I think you might have left a couple of letters off of that last word. I think we all get what you're referring to there. Um, so I read the book, and you mentioned very eloquently about transitions, and I think you suggested there's a this is an increasing thing, right? You said everybody knows that it has experienced something like this. I can tell you that in my professional career, I have been with a couple of big, well-known organizations that have gone through a massive transition and in some cases leadership succession.
Right.
And I can tell you, in none of those situations was it a good thing at the time. And sometimes the lingering impact of that lasted 10 or 15 years after. I mean,
Correct.
we're talking about earth-shaking kind of things where the organization was left in such a state that it was never the same again. And so, if somehow as organizational leaders, if we can get better at this, or at least understand, or not, at least not be unrealistic about it, at least not
Right.
think, hey, we're just going to go through this major transition succession and everything's going to be fine. No, I think we need to embrace the reality that it's not going to be fine
Yeah,
because,
and leaders are bad about this. I'm one of these where we say, well, we're just going to cast a really compelling vision, and it's going to be so inspiring that everyone will be on board. They'll forget about the past. The
mm,
beloved or the bemoaned leader. It doesn't matter. I mean, now I'm here. Everybody's going to be excited, and the reality is, no matter how good you are, no one knows that yet. So
yeah,
you're the problem. You're stepping in, and you are creating the resistance. Your presence is the resistance, and so
mhm,
it's so complex to do that well. And by the way, like you just said, Will, and I've been through it too, because we have been through these experiences before, and often, almost always, so poorly that they are led. When we are about to go into another one, we don't walk in with any level of excitement or enthusiasm. We've been through this. We know how this is going to go. So what ultimately happens, and this is what we're trying to avoid moving forward, but in the past, what has happened is a new leader steps in, and it may be over just of a team. It could be of a larger, department, division, or maybe even an entire organization. But the new leader steps in because they don't know or they can't articulate, express what's going to happen. They're unsure. Everybody's unsure. The amount of unknowns continue to pile up. They're casting vision. It's not working. You end up, and this is the hard part, the organization can make it through, but it ends up being a different organization because all the people who are carrying the culture, the greatest leaders you have around you, the greatest teammates, they all leave because they're not willing to put up with all that. And I hate to say it, but you end up keeping the people you really don't want to keep. You end up losing the people you need the most. So therefore, the organization becomes a brand new organization because you end up just hiring a bunch of new people and starting over on some level.